Hi there, it's another tarot sesh for Taurus. I'm the Cannastrologer, and this is a reading for your end of July. There will not be an extended for this one, so we're just doing this reading for this week. I'm really excited because I have a brand new deck. It's called the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. So we're going to be playing around the messages for that. We're going to start out with the Chakra Insight Oracle. We'll pull an as above, so below. It's like your physical self and your spiritual self from the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle. And then we will dive down deeper with some tarot messages on that and then end with a spiritual AF. So let's get into this, Taurus. The song that I had on pre-shuffle for you when I was getting your cards ready is called Let Me Go by Three Doors Down. They're an older group. Still great music. And so as soon as I heard this song, I was like, oh, Taurus, we are definitely in the midst of Venus retrograde, aren't we? So Venus retrograde is going to be lasting through, I want to say, September 3rd. And basically, it's a time period where people are completely rethinking their relationship decisions. Relationship with others, relationship with oneself. You know, that can be romantic, and it can be platonic. It can be even, self-love, like, your looks, your appearance, that type of thing. Be careful during Venus retrograde if you want to change your appearance in any way, from hair color to hair style, haircut, things like tattoos or surgical, like any kind of cosmetic surgery. I would avoid that until after September 3rd. And then also, Venus retrograde is a big time frame where you're going to see a lot of like divorces, breakups, split ups, but then also a lot of people coming together in significant ways. So, and I say this because the song, some of the lyrics are, you love me but you don't know who I am. I'm torn between this life I lead and where I stand. And you love me but you don't know who I am. So let me go, just let me go. Okay, that's for some of you, not all of you. All right, so let's get into this. Underneath the deck, we've got number 45, intelligence, education, knowledge, perception, flexibility. So Spirit, I feel like, is calling you to, use your intellectual EQ, IQ, EQ, emotional intelligence, book smart intelligence too. You may be in a field of study, you may be, maybe doing some kind of coursework or some kind of like a new class or just learning something new. It could be anything, a new job, a new position, anything like that, right? You may need to get some education, some formal training. And if not, you could even be studying on your own, researching things, diving deep into esoteric studies or anything like that. It can be literally anything. 45 could be significant for you. Somebody could be 45 years old, but also 4 plus 5 equals 9. And 9s are all about culmination points. It's the wounded warrior energy, but like warriors for sure. Great leaders, very wise because they've been through the ins, the outs, the ups, the downs, right? They've lived through the trenches. But they're also very tired and they're ready for it to be over, right? One more wand, one more, thing, and they can put down the burdens. But 9s are also about wish fulfillment, getting everything that you desired. It can be a cause for great stress and mental anxiety. But more so, it's just about, being ready to move on, to wrap things up and go to the next chapter. And you do that with your intelligence. You do that because you're wise. You do that because you know what you need to do to make the next step. Or to take the next step. All right. The next card I can't show you because this is not an extended, and YouTube likes to flag us for these things. So I'm going to do it like this. It's card number 13, sexuality. You can only imagine what's underneath this image, but it's all about openness, sharing, beauty, and honor. Card number 13, which is funny because in the traditional tarot, 13 is the card of the death card, which is Scorpio, so you could be connected to a Scorpio or dealing with one in some way. But also, card number 13 is like the number 13 in itself. it's 1 + 3 = 4, and that 4s are all about stability, foundation, home, you know, an actual physical dwelling, you know, like a roof over your head, or even an office building. It can be whatever. But this card is all about sexuality, exploring your sexuality, being open, sharing, you know, embracing your beauty, whether that's, you know, outwards physical or inwards, you know, internal. And then honoring yourself, okay? How am I going to do this? All right. I guess that'll work right there. So we're just going to look at the word sexuality because, unfortunately, darn you, YouTube. I feel like you're being intelligent. Spirit is calling you for you to be intelligent, to be smart about what you're doing with your body, how you're presenting yourself. I think many of you are intelligent about that. You know, honoring yourself, not putting yourself out there just for looks, just for, you know, like the ego gain, if you will, right? And, you know, you can still be beauty and brains, whether you're male or female. You know what I'm saying? You could be extremely smart, but also extremely, you know, sexual and seductive. I just heard femme fatale. Now be careful with that. Femme fatale are very dangerous. You know, they can hurt people. So you could be dealing with a femme fatale, and if so, be aware. If you don't know what that is, look it up, please. All right, what do we have for Taurus, please? Why is my camera not wanting to focus? Okay, let's get into this. Taurus, please. Higher peace, power, protection, and prosperity for Taurus. Energy going into it is Mami Wata, memory. Okay, so memories of the past. Water holds memory. You could be dealing with a water sign or have strong water in your chart somewhere. That's Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It's about emotions and feelings. I feel like you're having strong emotions about the past. A lot of reflection, also water image. But you know, Spirit is calling for you to be intelligent, use your brain about the situation. Don't let your memories and your emotions and feelings take over. You have to, like, you know, balance yourself. Okay. Let's get the 3D physical self card for Taurus, please. What's the 3D physical self card for Taurus with the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck? What is the 3D physical self? Oya, protection. You are being protected. What is the 5D spiritual self? As above. What is the 5D spiritual self for Taurus, please? What is the 5D spiritual self? Thank you. Restoration. Irivo. And then underneath the deck, we've got Uva, Aljana, and that's Beyond. I love this card. This talks about you being protected from somebody from the great beyond, somebody who has already passed on. Could be a loved one, friends, family, or loved ones. Okay, so Oya is protection. I feel like this is the angel of the tarot card deck, although this is, you know, an oracle. Okay, focus for me, please, camera. Regardless, so that's your 3D. You're being protected in the 3D. And then we have Irivo. I don't know how to pronounce this. And it's restoration. It's kind of like your star card. I want to say that's the sign of Aquarius, but it means, yeah, restoration. So there's going to be restoration in the 5D. 1 second. Okay, so let's get some tarot on this. Spirits, what are we needing to know in regards to protection in the 3D for Taurus? You know what I just noticed too? If you look at this card, she's riding a bull. And that's what you are, Taurus. So it's like you've got protection literally on your back. Your angels are with you. Angel here, angel here. Okay, Taurus, protection. Underneath the deck, the energy going into this is the Page of Wands. So yeah, it's starting out on something new, a passionate new beginning with something. It could be anything, okay? Wands usually deal with passion towards a person or passion towards what you're passionate about. That could be work, career, finance, business, you know, a new job, a new project, whatever it is, but it makes you very happy, very excited to want to do it. So you could be getting into some new kind of creative art or program, or take it as it resonates. 3 cards, please, for protection in 3D for Taurus. What is protection in the 3D for Taurus? What is protection in the 3D for Taurus, please? Protection in the 3D. Okay, strength. Okay, oh, 2 cards came out. All right, we'll take it. Underneath the deck, we've got the Emperor, card number 4. So you could have an Aries in your presence. Now, this fell in reverse, and I'm going to take it in reverse because I feel like that's significant. It's number 8, strength in reverse, meaning I feel like you're going through a moment of weakness, or in the past, recent past, you could have had a moment of weakness in regards to maybe even a Leo, because that's the sign of Leo. Could have been, I mean, if you're dealing with a Leo, could have been a fight, an argument, just moment of weakness, right? Then we have the Queen of Wands. Now, that's fiery, passionate energy. She is the other woman. She's very beautiful, very magical. She's also, again, we're talking about more wands, all about passion towards either another person or work, career, finance. But it's like she can create and make magic almost as if by nothing. It's literally what she does the best, right? She may have a black cat, because there's a black cat right there. But she's, you know, very magical. This is significant for you. I feel like if you're dealing with the Queen of Wands energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius, or somebody that has that in their chart, it's like she could be inspiring you, opening up your mind to something like magic. What are the other 2 cards? Oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I told you, you have protection. You are being protected. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune. And, you know, the Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles, endings, and beginnings. And so there, in the past, recent past, there could have been some type of an ending for you, but also a passionate new beginning. And I'm saying passionate because we saw that Page of Wands starting out. And it's being protected. Your relationship, your venture, your whatever it is, the situation that we're speaking of, it's protected through temperance. Temperance is the angel of, it literally is the angel of the tarot deck, okay? You're being watched over. Now, I will say, though, this Wheel of Fortune, there could be a change of direction, because temperance is 14, 1 plus 4 is 5. 5s are about change of direction. So it's like where you had this new beginning, you could have thought that you were taking one direction, or that it was going to lead you to like one area, but now it's taking you in a completely new direction. And it could be because of the influence of this Queen of Wands energy. That, or it could be you could be the Queen of Wands magically making this all happen. Where does the Emperor come into this? You could be dealing with an Aries. You could be getting It's more fire energy. Or this could be you stepping up into your Emperor energy, to be honest with you. Yeah. I feel like this is you, Taurus. Making bold decisions, being master of your house and home, setting foundation structure, all of that. All right, so let's get 3 cards on restoration. What is it? Okay, so restoration. Oh, you know what? Before we go any further, I want to read these cards for you so we can get more insight into this. Should have done that first, but whatever. Here we are. 91. Somebody could have been born in 1991. So Oya is the Yoruban goddess of the weather, especially of powerful storms, tornadoes, lightning, fires, and rain. Oya means wind warrior goddess. She's represented by the water buffalo. I thought it looked like a Taurus, but it's a water buffalo. And would carry the spirits of the dead to the underworld. Clairvoyance, intuition, and psychic abilities are the lessons of this card, and Oya urges you to listen to the winds of change, whether you are ready or not. Legend states that Oya can call upon death and hold it off whenever she pleases. Known as the Great Mother of Witches, she comes to you when you feel... Okay, one other thing I wanted to say when I said that, the Queen of Wands, she's all about magic. She's also known as a witch. So this is the Mother of Witches. She comes to you when you feel you need to be protected. This might be when you're trying to protect or establish your business, which might be riding through some choppy waves at the moment. Remember, the storm will pass and Oya will be there to gather the pieces and help you start anew if needed. So if you're starting a business, trying to build your business, this is where you're feeling that moment of weakness. This is you calling in your Oya, goddess of protection, the witch of protection in. And she has responded. The Wheel of Fortune with Temperance, literally your angel. You are protected. You have nothing to fear, nothing to worry about. Now, you may have some unexpected changes. Like you may take a direction that you didn't think that you were going to take. But you have to trust Oya and trust that you are being protected along the way. Now let's look into restoration. And I already kind of feel the direction of this. This is basically saying like, yes, you're being protected, and then this is how it's going to be restored. So let's check out Spirit's message with Irovo. I don't know how to pronounce that. 54. I'm hearing 1954 could be significant for some of you. 5 plus 4 is 9 again, so it's all about that 9's culmination points, right? So the energy of water has memory and connects you to the unified field where the whole of Source resides. We come from a creative energy, and within that energy is where you can find freedom. Behind them is the hemp stalk and the Nigerian Abadan Malimbi. Irovo is a card for healing both inner and outer purposes, which will alter as you go through changes you encountered in Iku, Gurago, Iten, and Ifrata. The stars those are other cards that are in the deck, by the way. The stars have always provided us with an infinite perspective and sense of possibility. Irovo reminds you that your ancestors lived so that you would not have to ask permission to. You do not need permission to exist. Thousands had to love for you to be here. Conjure that feeling of having an overflowing vase and pour yourself a sense of relief. It has already happened. If Irovo has appeared in your spread today, please ask yourself, am I showing gratitude every day? Do I believe that it will all work out for me in the end? Do I believe in my blessings? So this is restoration for you, but it's also calling for you to actually believe in what you're asking for. Like, do you actually believe in anything, outside of yourself, which is the spirit realm, right? And do you believe that, by asking for blessings from your ancestors, your guides, that you will receive it? And the answer is yes, you will, as long as you believe, okay? And that's why you're getting this Beyond card. You have protection on the other side. They're right with you right now, or they would not be showing up in this reading. Okay? Take it as it resonates. I feel like maybe some of you are coming upon major life changes, and in which it's like so large, so big of a change, like you're just getting scared. It's almost like, you know, somebody getting married and getting cold feet. Oh man, and being in the middle of Venus retrograde right now, I could see that as a very real possibility. Because it's a very scary decision, you know, taking that vow, like giving somebody your last name, or them giving you what am I trying to say? Them giving up their last name for you. Take it as it resonates, whatever side you're on. Or not at all, you know. It's making that decision, but know that whatever decision you make, you are protected. All right, so let's look at restoration. Let's get some more insight with the tarot on restoration. What do we have? I really like this spread, actually, and I think I will be doing these again. But I'll break it up next time. You guys are lucky because I wanted to play with my cards. So I'm giving you like the full read. All right, King of Wands. So again, we're dealing with Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with the King of Wands. If you're female, it would be like a masculine energy, Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. Strong Leo in this card. And if you are masculine, this could be you, or you could just be dealing with the masculine energy. This can be a woman in her masculine, but again, you got to take it as it resonates. And this is just somebody very beautiful, very flirtatious. Good, you know, they're sought after. People, you know, people love to be around them. If they're, you know, if they are single, they have a lot of suitors. If they're married, they're very passionate lovers. Okay. Irovo, restoration. What do we have for the 5D spiritual self for Taurus, please? What's the 5D spiritual self for Taurus, please? What's the 5D spiritual self? 5D spiritual self for restoration for Taurus, please. What does restoration mean? Ooh, okay. Oh, I get it. Oh, I get it. Okay. Now I know why all those nines came out and why I was like going off on a tangent about it, because it ended exactly with the Nine of Wands, which is what I was channeling at the very beginning of this read. Very beginning. Alright, what I'm seeing here is we start with the Five of Swords. Swords are air energy. That could be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. You could have this in your chart or be dealing with one. It doesn't have to be. Five of Swords is victory at all cost, right? It's, you know, somebody winning in a battle, but when there's a winner, there's also somebody who did not win, right? I don't like using the word loser, but, you know, it's somebody who didn't win the battle. And it leaves you with, you know, quite a headache. It's something that's been bothering you mentally, something that you just want to, you know, be done and finish. You know, just get out of your mind, right? And this is what you're trying to restore. You want to move past this energy. Why? Because we've got the Ten of Cups in reverse. It's like Ten of Cups, first off, are, you know, that's water energy. It deals with emotions and feelings. Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. This is your happy life, happy wife card. It's like the ultimate, what you could potentially obtain, being in the perfect scenario with a family situation, with a romantic situation. It's like ultimate happiness, right? But it's in reverse. Not saying that it's not a happy situation. It's just things aren't going exactly the way that you planned. It's giving you a headache. You know, there might be arguing, it might be bickering, it might be you know, just not seeing eye to eye, right? And there could have been a fight, and I said that earlier, and it could be with a Leo, right? Where you're in this moment of weakness and you're just not sure what to do. And so immediately your mind goes to, well, this isn't going to be the ultimate happiness. But then we've got the Nine of Wands coming in. And again, the Nine of Wands is your wounded warrior. Excuse me for the noise if you hear. That's my drain. I'm like right next to my kitchen sink. And I was doing some dishes. And so, anyway, at least I do my dishes. But, have no fear. So I just have no fear. The wounded warrior is here. Again, the Nine of Wands, the wounded warrior, they're very wise. They've been through the ups, the downs, the ins, the outs. Yes, they're tired. Yes, you're tired of dealing with the situation, maybe arguing, fighting, bickering for whatever reason. Stress, mental anxiety, going head to head with somebody. But it's like you will perceive. You are going to get through this because you are the wounded warrior. You're almost to that culmination point. And what is that culmination point? Okay, that's the world. This is underneath the deck, underlying energy of what you don't see coming. A new cycle. Again, the world card, it's about endings and beginnings as well, but it's ending the stress and moving on to the next level and moving to the beyond. And I don't mean like, actual death. It could be somebody around you. But this is telling me that like you have got protection. Your angels are with you, guiding you, asking you to use intelligence in regards to your sexuality. You might be, like for some of you, you might be getting like propositioned or something to okay, I don't know, like I'm getting so many downloads right now. So the best way for me to explain this, say you're in a relationship or dating. You may get propositioned by another person to go on a date or get the sexual urge to, engage with another person outside of your relationship, right? Spirit is saying, use your intelligence on this, use your knowledge, do the right thing, honor yourself, honor your body through sexuality, right? And if, say you didn't, right? Now it's saying take the logical steps, be wise about the way that you move forward. And again, we are in the middle of Venus retrograde. And so all of this stuff is going through many, many people's heads, many people's brains. Like, is this what I ultimately want for my happiness? Is this going to be what it's going to be like for the rest of my life if I go this direction, right? It's not. Energy changes constantly. That's why we need to pay more attention to planetary alignments and what's going on, astrologically. My best advice for you is to let things work themselves out, because it will be restored. Again, you are being protected, but this will be restored. It's just a big cycle of things. It's like the laundry, or the dishwasher, right? It goes through cycles, and then once it's cleaned, your clothes or your dishes, they've been restored, right? This is all just coming out in the wash. It's cycles. What you have in front of you, though, is still the Wheel of Fortune and, being protected immensely because of it. When you come out, you'll be coming out much wiser than before with that Nine of Wands energy, being through the ups and the downs. Your relationship, if you decide to stay in it or progress with one that you're, whatever's in question here, will be stronger. Many people go into relationships, with like this image in their head thinking that, it's going to be this and this and this, and that's setting yourself up for unrealistic expectations. You have to, be able to take the good with the bad and vice versa. But you are being protected, and that is what I keep seeing in this deck. And that goes for whatever decision that you make, Okay. Now there could be changes in a home situation because I keep seeing the fours. So some of you maybe could be moving in together, some of you could be moving out. depends where you are in the story. But you will be coming out on the other side wiser and restored and protected through and through the entire time, because you've got loved ones with you from the beyond. Okay. Last message for Taurus, please. Got it. Own your awesome and stay humble AF. List 5 things okay, there's a typo in this. List 5 things that you love about yourself. Now list 5 ways you're just like every other human who's ever lived. Go forth, you fabulous little snowflake, and be like everyone else with your unique bad self. So basically, this is saying, like, yes, you are unique. Yes, you are special. Yes, you are not like everybody else around you. But also, yes, you are human, and you are in many ways just like everybody around you. So stay humble with that. Okay? Own your awesomeness. Own your individuality, own your own sexuality, but also understand that you are no better than the next person. Also, you're human. You make mistakes. Be humble about that. Be honest with yourself about that and honest with others. For some of you, you could have engaged in another relationship, and that could be what's coming out in the wash, right? Spirit is saying, or it could be another person that you're dealing with, right? It doesn't have to be you. But, Spirit is saying, come to terms with that. There may have been an argument because of it, but it's like you have to get it out. In order to start any new cycle, it needs to start with a solid foundation, which is also another reason why the 4s might be coming out. This talks about, a stable foundation being built solid from the ground up. I don't see like a Tower card or anything disastrous or chaotic. I just see it's more of an annoyance, right? So I feel like it's more bickering back and forth, trying to make this decision. I personally don't feel like it's like some big disaster, okay? So don't fear what I'm trying to say to you. But like I said, for the larger portion of you, I feel like this is all going to kind of subside and come out in the wash. It's just, it's part of life. It's part of cycles. And it's so that you can really take a good hard look at your relationships with yourself, with others, and how that's going to change moving forward once we get out of this Venus retrograde. But you are protected, and that's what I love the most for you, Taurus. So that's what I have for you. If any of this resonated, please make sure to drop a comment in the comments below. Also, like, share, and definitely subscribe. Hit that subscribe button right now. And you can also hit the little bell notification so you'll get notified of my upcoming content. If you'd like to drop a tip or a donation, I also have those links in the description below. And if you'd like a personal reading, so where we dive down deep into this on a personal level and get your story, I have my contact information in the description below as well. Just got to reach out to me via email, and we will make that happen. But as you know, it's together we grow. I appreciate your time always being here, and I look forward to reading for you again next week. So I will see you on the flip side. You guys have a great week. Peace, Taurus.